Hey everybody, it's your girl Kersti Pitre. Welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to braid my hair into some knotless braids. I did want to switch it up and try to do some triangle parts, so that's what you're going to see. I'll be using my own parting comb. As you guys know, it's a rat tail comb. You guys can find it on my website at petreessentials.com. I'm going to be parting my hair straight down the center. This is my first time actually doing triangle knotless box braids, so it'll be a little bit new for me. But as you can see, I'm just using the comb as a pencil, and I'm just using it to carve out the lines that I want to create until I have something like this. Now, you make your rough draft, and then you go in and then you finalize everything. So the tricky thing for me doing this particular hairstyle was that even though it is knotless braids, which I can do with my eyes closed, but the problem is that I've never done triangle parts with knotless braids, and I've never done jumbo parts with knotless braids. So I was really freestyling it here throughout this entire style to make sure that it came out how I wanted it to come out, with the least amount of flaws. So first thing you see me doing here is I'm trying to create my part in the back, and again I'm doing jumbo. So I made the top of my ear the measuring point. So your rough draft line is never going to be perfect, and it shouldn't be perfect. It can be, but it's not going to be perfect. You have to go back, check, and make it right. So as you guys can see, I just used the tip of the metal comb to measure it up towards the top of my ear, and it gives me an almost straight line. But I still went back in the mirror and I straightened everything out so that way I can have one even line in the back. So you should end up with something like this. After you part that line in the back, you're going to go ahead and go to the temples of your head and part from temple to temple to give you a space to begin parting your triangles or squares or whatever shape that you're doing. So I just gave you guys a little rough draft of what I was working with. Again, it's a rough draft. Pre-parting is going to save you time. It's going to save your life. I'm using rubber bands just to help me keep everything out of the way. And guys, I got a laptop, so I am learning how to use my laptop as my mirror, and it's so hard because it is in reverse. It's not like using a mirror at all. But as you can see, I still did my best to get this part straight. So this is kind of where I was struggling because I needed to get it as straight as possible. So I had to go in between using the tail of the comb and then using the teeth of the comb just to get it at that right triangle, length that I wanted it. Didn't want to speed any of this up because I always speed it up, but I need you guys to know, like, parting is not easy. You see the crookedness. And I said one day I'm gonna try to do like a full-on complete part on camera, no fast forward, no like, okay, this is just the rough draft. So as you can see right here, I'm just perfecting it, trying to make it look the best that I can. So you guys can see how much effort it actually does take to make sure your parts are straight. I know we got lives. I know we want to just go eat our snacks, watch movies. Look at my face. I'm like, God, what am I doing? My hair is falling down. It was just a mess. But once you almost get the part to where you can see the areas of where you need to fix things. So I recommend making sure you get your mirror, have your clips handy, and that piece of hair that is free, you see me holding it in one hand, I'm moving it in all kinds of directions just so I can make sure it looks how I want it to look. Just make sure you guys are moving your hair around. You're looking to see like what little part could I shave off. Like, take it section by section. You don't have to make a long line. Just take it section by section. Now for me, this part, again, because I was using my monitor, was really challenging. If I would have just used my mirror, I would have been fine. But we're just going to roll with this. So, voila. You see that? Real clean, real neat. Now, when it comes to the next part that I'm about to do, I am using, you got to get creative, guys. You got to get creative. Sometimes you think that you're going to part like as if you're holding your your comb as a pencil, but when it comes to angles, when it comes to these parts, you gotta do it how you gotta do it. Look at my face. I am trying to make sure that I get this right. So I'm going to take this comb and take the tip, and I'm just going to drag it down to begin a part. Just gotta start. And then you look at what you created. After you look at what you created, then you just go right back in and say, okay, that little middle section, yeah, we need to fix that. And that's exactly what I did. Here's 3 tips. When you're parting, make sure that your hair is fully detangled. I don't care how you have detangled or stretched your hair, detangle it, okay? I personally prefer to use a blow dryer. I always recommend to my clients to blow dry their hair. I've had only one client years ago who didn't want to have her hair blow dried, and that was that. And I was still able to do her hair. But in my tips, I am asking you guys to make sure your hair is fully detangled. Tip number 2 is to use a comb that is sharp. So if it has a metal tail like this one, make sure it's not super round and dull, because that's not going to get you a nice crisp line. If it's a precision comb, use the tip of the fine tooth to really give you what you are looking for. Number 3, take it section by section. If you literally watch this clip over, yes, I make one long part, but then I go back in and I take it section by section to give me the exact part that I want. All right, so after you've done parting all of your hair, this is what it should, could, may not look like, but this is what my hair looked like. What took me the longest is really just trying to make sure all of the angles were aligned as best as possible, so that way whether I wore my hair with a middle part or whether I wore it with a side part or in a ponytail, that you would be able to tell that I actually had triangle parts. And as you can see, they look like triangles. So don't give up when you're parting, just keep trying. And if you just don't have time, just go with the flow, baby. Go with the flow. And I decided to leave this little clip in here because after I took my top knot down, I thought I looked like SZA. So I started jamming out and was really feeling myself. I am loving my length, but y'all, it is time for a trim. And these pieces are short up here at the top because I cut bangs. Anyways, stay out of your hair if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, and this is what my hair is looking like with a couple of braids in it. Really cute, real jumbo. Got the wavy pieces of crochet in there to give it that little wispy feel. Yep, zoom in, you see that. It's knotless, no knots, baby. And they're jumbo. Yeah, I was really feeling this. Here is a semi 360 of what it's looking like. And I'm going to show you guys how to prep it. So again, I had the rubber bands on there, not for the purpose of keeping it tight, but I really just wanted to see how each part looked, and I didn't have enough clips to clip each one off. So this is what the top section is looking like. Again, I tried to keep it jumbo as possible, so the part maybe looks small, but the braids are literally all the same size. So the first thing that, I always tell you guys is, use your gel. This is my own gel, y'all. My own comb, dipping it in my own gel. Like, God is good. I cannot wait to release this gel. You guys are gonna love it. So I'm gonna take the gel, I'm gonna apply it onto my hair, and then I'm just gonna distribute it through with the rat tail comb. I'm going to also make sure that I leave a little bit of my edges out because I do want to get a little bit freaky with those later, so I can't get gel on it now. So that is a tip for you. If you know you like to do baby hairs and go a little crazy, make sure you leave those out before you start applying all of your gel on that section. Yep, so now that I think I'm done combing all of my baby hairs out, I'm going to go ahead and continue applying the gel onto that triangle that I have parted. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just begin distributing it through. Somebody on Instagram commented under one of my posts asking if I had to comb it that many times, and I don't think you guys can really tell from looking. I'm not just combing the part to comb it. I'm combing this section of hair because I applied the gel at the root. So I'm using the comb to distribute it all the way through to the ends. So that way the gel is literally coating my strands. So if you see me combing and combing and combing, it's because I am using it to distribute the product. Now here is a glimpse at the hair that I used. I used KNOTLESS braiding hair, pre-stretched. You know, that's my jam for the last couple months. But I did something different, you guys. I am doing this 1B type of color. So different for me. So the crochet hair is long. I actually used this for my New Year's hairstyle, if you guys check out that video. And I had a pack left over, so I decided to use it as crochet. For the little goddess wavy part. So right here, I'm just separating my hair for the knotless braids. I have several videos showing how I separate the hair and where I put it. So I'm not going to really bore you guys with those details, but I will talk about the crochet hair. Okay, so the crochet hair, like I told you guys, it is really long. It's basically the length of a ponytail, like regular braiding hair. And it is really wavy. It's a loose wave, but it's not really separated very well. So you just have to eyeball, you know, how much of a section that you want. I didn't want this wavy part to be too thick because the last time that I did this style, this crochet hair really weighed down the braids and I couldn't really wear it in a bun, and that was annoying me. So when I decided that I wanted to go ahead and do this style again, this time I said that I am going to reduce the amount of the crochet hair that I install in each braid, and I actually made them really thinner. So if you check out that other video, which I posted, I believe in May, you'll see the pieces are way thicker than what I'm about to show you guys right now. So what I did was I took the long piece, I cut it in half, and it gave me a total of 2 short pieces. So you're gonna have to do math and figure out how many little pieces of crochet hair you want in your braid. I wanted 3, so that's what I did. So you just take one end and you basically just intertwine it into the braid, and I'm gonna try to show you guys again right here what I did. So you just braid like normal. You're doing your regular braid down, thumb, middle finger, pointer finger, grab, go under, grab, go under, grab, go under. All right, and my thumb is right behind my finger. My thumb is right behind one leg of hair, and I'm taking this end right here and I'm placing it right behind that leg, and then you have to strategically figure out a way to hold that other piece of goddess hair so that way it doesn't get braided in. So my mouth was the closest thing. I didn't have clips, so that's where it went until I felt like the other end was secure enough inside that braid that I could just let it go. Hey guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. You guys, it took me about 3.5 hours to install this style from beginning to end. I used 2 packs of braiding hair that had 4 bundles in each. I have about 15 braids in my hair, and it is very lightweight. So I'm loving this hair. Let me know if you guys are feeling the 1B color on me, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for more braid tips and inspo.